It's a bit late, but we had to make this video. Welcome back to another video. I am Mike's. I'm a West Ham fan, but I do reactions sometimes to other Premier League games as well. Today we're going to talk about Fulham 2, Arsenal 1. Because I'm a West Ham fan, you know, taunting Arsenal this week has been the theme. And it carries on. It carries on, even if we do lose to Brighton. I'm going to mock you regardless. But the Brighton preview will be out tomorrow. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you want to. Okay, let's get into this, man. So, context. On Thursday, obviously Arsenal fans do the typical Arsenal thing, and instead of giving credit to, you know, the team that actually defended and kept a clean sheet at the Emirates, the first team to do that in a while, they instead talk about the fact that the ball went out for the first goal. Now, if you want to know my personal opinion, I thought it went out as well. But guess what? The VAR didn't stop them from scoring that game. They could have still scored. They had 30 shots. They always say, oh, we had 30 shots. Look at the 30 shots. I beg you, look at the 30 shots. You didn't test our keeper. Areola had to stretch for like 3 saves out of those 30 shots, so allow it. Jesus was missing scissors. And Gabriel and Zinchenko lost Mavropanos for that goal. So VAR didn't stop that either. Now let's get into this. It turns out, beIN Sports have done it again. Guess what? The ball was in. By this much, but the ball was in. So Terry from the Football Terrace got it wrong on his tweet by saying it was scandalous. It wasn't scandalous. Because I don't know why everyone's pretending they can see the fucking ball when the leg is in front of the ball. So guess what, Arsenal fans? It didn't go out. We beat you fair and square. And another team that beat you fair and square was Fulham FC. A team that battered us. And we got mocked. Rightly so. For getting battered by Fulham. Well, Fulham away isn't easy, apparently. It's not easy. All this Arsenal hype about they're going to win the league. Look at their defence. They're tinkering, man. Slowing down the game. The tinker man, Arteta. It used to be Ranieri. That was Arteta. Martinelli and Saka don't look the same. Odegaard doesn't look the same. He wasn't that bad against West Ham, I didn't think. But today, it was barely involved. Kai Havertz is dead. Kai Havertz will go on a patch of form like he did for Chelsea. Year in, year out. During the winter months, he would go in on a bit of form, give you a couple performances, a few times where he would score, and then go back to hiding. Now, because everyone taunted Arsenal for this signing, Arsenal fans have been very passionate about Kai Havertz and about he's performed well. He did fuck all at Anfield. He didn't play against us. And he did fuck all today. He did fuck all. So, there was your Kai Havertz goals, and he will still score for Arsenal now and then. He's got good movement. But when your best attribute is off the ball, you're not that good of a player. I promise you. Tomiyasu just come back from injury. So Kiwior started left back, and apparently Zinchenko has a calf injury. I think he was just still having nightmares from Mohamed Kudus running at him. But Kiwior started and looked like a fish out of water. Clearly not a left back, is he? You can't just put centre backs and left back, Mikel Arteta. You know, there's actually got to be a plan with it. You know, you can't just look at what Pep Guardiola does at Manchester City and, you know, do the same thing at Arsenal. It doesn't always work. That's why Jesus and Zinchenko are being criticised by Arsenal fans for the same reason of they were very happy with them joining their club. I remember saying at the time that Jesus was the signing of the season when I was doing my predictions video at the time with Jay. And it was the signing of the season for me at the time because he went from Man City to Arsenal. Arsenal pulled it off by getting him at his club. At their club, sorry. But guess what? He's being criticised for the same things he is at Manchester City. Because once that feel-good factor runs out and you recognise what his attributes are and you recognise what you need to win a league, Jesus can't give you that. So Enquiries starts today. And he didn't really do much. He's very good at closing down players. Again, someone who's probably better off the ball than he is on the ball. Again, now and then will score. Now and then players. These are now and then players. Enquiries is a now and then player. Havertz is a now and then player. if you want me to be shameless and stuff, I can get onto Declan Rice. But it's like, you guys were very happy about saying, do you want another 100 million for Declan Rice and stuff? I would like another 100 million, just in general. I think I'd take 100 million because we've got FFP issues. But, like, listen, he played bad. Like, I don't know what do you want? you guys were taunting us about the fact you got him. Soldier starter Mikel Arteta and all those banners and the guy tried sticking stickers around the stadium in the London stadium. You have your bed, now lie in it. They were comparing him to Vieira and stuff, and I didn't get to watch Vieira. I only could see him on Premier League years and old games and stuff. So if he's that good, come on. We all know what he is. We all know what he isn't. So, you made your bed, now you can lie in it. Ben White. Everyone's getting onto him for not overlapping, but this is clearly an instruction. It's slowing down, controlled, possession-based football that is a bit tighter in defence. Is clearly not helping Bukayo Saka because Ben White isn't overlapping. But when Ben White does overlap, you'll see Saka get goals. You'll see Saka take on players and stuff. It was becoming weird at the start of the season, guys, when Arsenal wasn't playing well at the start of the season. They were doing 1-0 to the Arsenal. Then against Nottingham Forest, against Crystal Palace, not against Nottingham Forest, they won 2-1 then. But they weren't giving you the Arsenal of before. And a problem then, they were playing Thomas Partey, inverted right back, Ben White centre back, and so on and so forth. But even then, like, you should see that it's not the same as last season. So the reason why I said third is because Man City and Liverpool know what they're doing. Arsenal will not finish fourth. Villa will eventually fade away, and Arsenal will finish above Villa, obviously. I don't even believe in a top four battle. I still think they're in a title race, but they're not going to win the league. They're not going to. And there's no excuses. You can't blame the PGMOL. You can't blame the pitch. You can't blame refereeing, VAR. You could only blame yourselves for getting yourselves randomly excited of delusion rather than thinking, oh, we've been here before. Oh, we didn't address all of the problems. That is your own fault. This is all your own fault. No one else's. It's your responsibility. Talk about how Saka's underperforming. Talk about how Martinelli has been stinking. Now, yes, as I said, Ben White and no one overlaps on the left-hand side as well. But at the same time, your manager has slowed down all of your football to make it easier for teams to defend against you. Now, if you can somehow get back to how you were playing last season, you will be fine. But you won't. You still need goals. You still need a striker. You probably don't have the best centre-back depth. You probably need a left-back as well. You probably need a right-back. You probably need two midfielders, a backup for Rice, and someone that could actually play in the left 8 position. You probably need an Odegaard backup. Like, in case Odegaard gets injured, or you're going to put Havertz in the 10. Because he is a 10. But doesn't mean he's Odegaard level, is he? He's not Odegaard level. Now, I like Reece Nelson. And I've got nothing against Reece Nelson. And I think Emil Smith-Rowe is a good player. But with Reece Nelson, everyone's talking about Saka needs competition. Reece Nelson is the competition because Arteta wanted him to sign a new contract, and he did. So that is your Saka competition. But he clearly doesn't trust him, because if he wanted to trust him, why is Saka not being dropped? Because this is the problem, you should never keep a good player that's out of form there for the sake of it, just because they might be able to find you quality. If you take a Rashford, Rashford got taken out and put as a sub for a bit by Erik ten Hag, rightly so, eventually. He then puts him in against Aston Villa, and it was the perfect game for Rashford, running into space and finding his feet there and making an impact in that sort of way. Because that's a reaction. You put him on the bench and he'll give you a reaction maybe. But Saka has a way better mentality than Rashford. So if you bench Saka for just one game, and then he comes back the next game, he will give you like, what, I'm being dropped, yeah? Alright, I'll show you. I'll show you why I shouldn't be dropped again. Saka will do that. But he's not going to be dropped. And it's an important window for Arsenal for the title race. I don't believe in the whole they're going to drop out a top 4 gimmick. I believe they can get to the semis of the Champions League and then they'll get knocked out. And I believe that they will be third by the end of the season. Anything further down than that is a bit reactionary. I haven't seen enough for that. The quality of the league is terrible this season. I'm not the first person to say it. So they are still the third best team in the league, in my opinion. It might come down to circumstances where they might suffer injuries, and maybe a Tottenham go on a run of form, or someone else goes on a run of form. But other than that, I can't see it. But make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me, and the emails for any inquiries. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.